Stunned, shocked, sorrowful, angry.
I didn't even believe it, and I still can't believe
I
it.
feel very sad about what happened on 9/11.
I feel really bad for all the people, and they all have my sympathy.
I mean, I was really upset, and I think everyone should be upset. So many people were affected by this because so many people died.
It was really devastating to hear about how many people died and what happened. It seems like a movie, you know. It don't seem real life, and it's really upsetting and hurting. And my prayers go out to the families.
I was very shocked. I went home and burst out into tears.
It sort of dumbfounded me for a long time, and it still hasn't really sunk in. I think the full meaning and the aftermath of what this bombing is going to do to our society and the world as a whole yet.
I feel that it wasn't a good thing to do, and it was just totally unexpected, so I just really don't think they should have done that.
When those planes first hit, first I didn't believe it, then I didn't know what to feel. And now, I just have, there's a lot of people around me who, have connections and stuff, and I can just feel their pain so bad.
They took the idea from a movie, but it really happened.
It was more of disbelief. It seemed sort of like a dream, like it didn't really happen, because when you watch the footage of the Twin Towers just crashing, it seemed sort of surreal.
I think that it's really wrong that these people feel that they have to attack our country like this, but at the same time, I think that we should probably have had some kind of protection set up, or have maybe known a little more about it, before it happened.
I think when we go to travel, on planes and stuff, it might be more difficult and might feel a little vulnerable.
Well, when I first heard about the terrorist attacks yesterday, I was really shocked because I wasn't exactly sure where it was happening. I only knew that there was a terrorist attack and that we were maybe in danger. And I was told not to panic and not to feel emotional. And of course I didn't feel emotional because I didn't even know what was going on. And, it hasn't even really hit me yet what's happened.
I compare that day to when I was younger and in high school, and remember exactly where I was when President Kennedy was shot.
I thought when I first heard about it, two stupid people just ran into the building. But then I later found out that America was under attack, and I was really shocked, and I heard a lot of people were killed. And then another plane hit the Pentagon. The plane went down in Somerset. So I'm just glad everybody here's all right. And
Afghanistan, I think I could be wrong, but they're all over there celebrating, shooting guns. I mean, who would celebrate this kind of act?
Well, I don't think it's a total, but I think we have people here who could be terrorist groups. I think there are people who are terrorist groups obviously infiltrating into our government. So I think in our way of life.
Right now I'm currently undecided on which government to blame for this whole thing.
That guy, I don't remember his name, but whatever it was, he had threatened us that he was going to do something, and we should have taken this into consideration and been more aware of the fact.
It might have been some terrorists.
I think that Bin Laden is responsible. Yesterday, September 11th, on the news, they showed Bin Laden in a baby blue turban. So I really think that, he was responsible for this. And he's also had terrorist attacks against other places and has been accused of bombing the World Trade Center before.
I really don't know. I haven't been on the whole news scene or nothing. I'm not trying to get into all the news or anything. They have us read the newspaper in the morning, but I'm not really all into the news scene. I'm not diving in to find out what's the newest info.
I don't think there's any particular government that's responsible for it. I think there are those people in this world who have extreme views about religion or styles of life and things like that.
Well, I keep hearing Bin Laden I'm not going to point my finger at him because I don't think it's right. Until we find evidence and get evidence that it was him.
I can't tell. I mean, it's a bit early to tell and have a definite opinion.
I would say right now where everything's pointing that has the most organized system right now would be the Saddam bin Laden, I guess, I can't remember his name, in Afghanistan. But I hate to jump to conclusions on that because when people were doing that right after the Oklahoma City bombing, they thought it was Palestine or foreigners and Arabs or something like that. We found out that it was homegrown. So we still have to be careful before we jump to conclusions about that. But however, we have to, take a look at it. Right now that he's a prime suspect, but that does not mean he did it. We're just looking at it.
Osama bin Laden and his terrorist group clearly had involvement with it.
With this is most of the people who are responsible for this already are dead. So the only people who should really be punished are the people involved in it and nobody else.
I think they should find the terrorist group that's behind the terror, or whoever is responsible for this, that's behind the bombing, and punish them.
Came and attacked us. They killed a lot of innocent people, but I still don't think that we should kill all their civilians and just people who have absolutely nothing to do with this.
We have to be very careful. I think as the information and as the data is collected, I think then that we're going to probably put some sort of a retaliation or strike.
I think that the kind of spirit that I've seen out there in the community will allow the United States to cure the problem. I think our biggest issue is going to be the fact that everybody is going to want the quick fix, and I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to take a very long time for this to happen.
I hope that the military, the law enforcement are very careful about who and how they strike so that don't create more animosity towards the United States. I think that could easily happen if we were to just fly in and, bomb one country.
That guy bin Laden, I think we should kill him as soon as possible. If any countries are harboring them, we should wage war. It's a very serious attack yesterday.
The terrorists are to blame, and I don't think that they should bomb the country, really. I think they should find some more peaceful agreement to do this, because war never ends up good in the long run.
I think we're going to attack them like that. Maybe we bomb them or send troops in, but not actual, something that would affect the rest of the world.
I don't think we should hate against the people who didn't do it, just the people who did do it.
I just think it shouldn't go too much farther. I think, we shouldn't even start a war right now. I think starting a peace treaty would be more the appropriate thing. Taking down the guys who did this and then starting a peace treaty.
Well, I'll never forget about this, and it's going to be in every kid's history book for the rest of the existence of people.
Thinking about and praying for the families who have lost members in the Pentagon and at the World Trade Center, and in the flight here in Pennsylvania. Continue to do so. Continue to pray. Continue to think about them.
Does not care about another person with blood running through their veins.
How this bombing will affect me in the future, I'm not real sure. And that's something, again, that has to wait and let time sort of work itself out. I've been through several of these things in the past, because I can remember from JFK's assassination to Martin Luther King.
No one ever tried coming against us because everybody thinks that the U.S. has the best self-defense of military in the world, and no one would ever dare come against us until yesterday. They destroyed 3 of our buildings and killed thousands of people.
The fact that it hits so close to home made me really think about how much value life has and how unexpectedly these kind of things can hit.
This will be just one of the main events in the United States history. It will be in textbooks that children that generations will read and know about will be like Pearl Harbor. For me, I go to New York every year, so I usually go at Christmas time, and I don't know how it's going to be then in a few months from now.
I feel shattered and very sad for these victims and their families, but also scared about the direction history is now taking and the changes that this is going to bring about. But I mean that coming from France, I don't feel that this country is a foreign land. I really feel that it's a world tragedy, not a national tragedy.
I don't think there's an easy answer to this. I think that it's changed everything about how the world, the entire world, but particularly Americans, see themselves, see the importance of taking action against such evil deeds, such evil people. So I think that we've always been very reluctant to send any of our troops into a combat situation, and I think now that there won't be any reluctance for this type of action.
I'm very upset about what happened. I just don't know how to describe it, but I think that it was very cruel, you know. And there's so many people. I mean, people's lives have been taken. It's just I'm sorry. It's just I'm like kind of shocked. I'm really shocked, and I just want to say I'm going to pray for the families that lost their loved ones, and I hope that things get settled over the years, and I hope that life goes on without violence and we have peace on earth once and for all. I mean, for all these years, there have been people, Martin Luther King, and there's just so many people who tried to bring the rule and bring it to peace, and we come so far for people to act in this way, you know. So I just want to say that I hope we have world peace someday. Thank you.
Okay, ready? Father,